Some dogs aren't just pets. They're tiny, furry royalty, and you are their full-time staff. Maybe your dog has a favorite pillow, a personal snack menu, and a way of getting exactly what they want with one look. It's cute, but here's the real question: is your dog simply loved or completely spoiled? And could that adorable behavior be causing problems you don't even see yet? In this video, we're counting down 11 adorable signs your dog is totally spoiled, and what each one really means for their happiness and for your life together. As we go through each one, do a little mental checklist. How many of these sound like your dog, and how many sound a little like you? 11. Your dog treats the furniture like their personal kingdom. Picture this. You walk into the living room and your dog is stretched out right in the center of the couch, head on the softest cushion, looking at you like, "Oh, did you need this seat?" Or maybe you go to bed and find them already tucked in, sprawled across your pillow as if they pay the mortgage. On one hand, this is beautiful. A dog that feels safe enough to relax deeply on your furniture is a dog that trusts you and feels at home. Many dogs never get that kind of comfort. Letting them on the couch or bed can be a sign of a strong bond and a very loved companion. But here's where things can quietly shift from cute to concerning. When a dog starts to believe that every surface belongs to them, boundaries can get blurry. If they begin to grumble when you move them or stiffen when you sit in their spot, what you're seeing isn't just coziness anymore, it's entitlement. In their mind, that couch stops being your furniture and becomes their territory. Over time, this can lead to subtle resource guarding, staring when you approach, refusing to move, or even growling when disturbed. It doesn't mean your dog is bad. It simply means they've never learned that sharing is part of living together. The good news? You don't need to banish them from the couch forever. Start by calmly teaching a simple off cue and always reward them for moving. Make an alternative throne, a soft, inviting bed or blanket that is always theirs. When you control who invites them up and when, you keep the furniture fun and safe for both of you. 10. Those big eyes at the table always win. You sit down with your meal, ready for that first perfect bite, and then you feel it, that stare. You look down, and there they are, eyes wide, ears slightly back, maybe one paw resting gently on your leg, as if they're saying, "I would never forgive you if you didn't share." Maybe you tell yourself, it's only a tiny piece, and that tiny piece turns into a habit. A bite of chicken here, a taste of toast there, a lick of your plate, just this once. It feels like sharing love. It feels like including them in a special moment. And yes, it does strengthen your bond, but it can also create a pattern that's hard to break. Dogs are brilliant at learning chains of events. To them, you eating Gadawar's opportunity for extra food, so they start to expect it. First, they sit nicely, then, when nicely doesn't work, they might whine, nudge, bark, or climb on you, because those tactics sometimes get results too. What began as a sweet moment becomes nightly begging, frustration when you say no, and even stress if food doesn't appear. There's also the health side. Salty, fatty, or sugary human foods can upset their stomach, add unnecessary calories, and in some cases be dangerous. Over a lifetime, just a little bit can add up to weight gain, joint strain, and medical issues that steal years from your dog. A spoiled dog thinks your plate is open for negotiation. A well-balanced dog understands that your food is off limits and still feels completely loved. Try feeding your dog their meal before you sit down so they're satisfied. Offer a long-lasting chew or enrichment toy when you eat, away from the table, and reserve treats for training sessions or calm moments, not for giving in to pressure at dinner time. You're not being mean by saying no. You're being the kind of leader who protects them, even from their most adorable cravings. 9. Your dog cannot handle even the tiniest bit of alone time. Some dogs follow their humans from room to room like a shadow with a heartbeat. You go to make coffee, they're at your feet. You go to the bathroom, they push the door open with their nose. If you could, they'd probably volunteer to sit in your lap while you answer emails, drive the car, and shower. At first glance, this feels like the purest form of love, and in many ways it is. They adore you. They feel safest when you're close. But when a dog has never learned how to be okay on their own, that love can turn into dependence, and that dependence can turn into anxiety. A truly spoiled dog doesn't just prefer to be near you, they panic when they're not. They whine when you leave a room, scratch at doors, or bark the second they realize you're gone. Their world is so centered on you that they don't know how to self-soothe or relax by themselves. The hard part is that we accidentally create this pattern by always saying yes to constant closeness. We talk to them all day, let them trail us everywhere, and feel guilty any time we close a door. The intention is loving, but the message they receive is, "You can't handle life without me." The kindest thing you can do for a clingy dog is to gently teach them the opposite. Start tiny, a few minutes behind a baby gate, or in another room with a comfy bed and a safe chew. Come back before they escalate so they learn that being alone doesn't mean being abandoned. Celebrate calm behavior. Over time, you're not taking love away. You're giving them confidence. A spoiled dog lives only for the moments you're home. A secure dog loves you deeply and knows how to rest, explore, and feel safe, even when you're not right beside them. By the way, if you're already smiling because this sounds like your dog, don't forget to hit that like button. It helps more dog lovers find videos like this. 8. They have more toys than most toddlers. Walk into any spoiled dog's home and you'll see it. Baskets overflowing with plush animals, squeaky bones, ropes, balls, some missing eyes, some missing limbs, all very well loved. Yet somehow your dog still insists on bringing you that one sad toy they've already destroyed, as if to say, "You see, I clearly need more." There's nothing wrong with giving your dog toys. In fact, they're essential for mental stimulation and healthy play. But when your living room starts to look like the aftermath of a stuffed animal apocalypse, it's worth asking who's really driving the shopping decisions here. Dogs are experts at training us. A single excited bark, a wagging tail, or that happy little dance when they get something new, it lights up our brains with dopamine. We love making them happy, and so we keep buying. Before long, it's less about enrichment and more about emotional spending. The real secret isn't having more toys, it's rotating them. Keep a few out, hide the rest, and swap them weekly. This keeps old toys exciting and saves you money and space. You'll find that even the most spoiled dog becomes more engaged when novelty returns, proving that joy isn't about quantity, but surprise. 7. Grooming time feels like a celebrity spa day. Some dogs tolerate a quick brush. Others expect a full luxury experience. Shampoo with oatmeal and honey, blueberry facials, paw balm, and a silk towel dry. They walk out of the groomer's salon with a little bounce in their step, as if they just got back from a Beverly Hills spa retreat. If that sounds familiar, congratulations. You have a dog who knows their worth. And truthfully, there's nothing wrong with that. Clean, brushed coats prevent matting and skin irritation, and grooming sessions can strengthen trust between you and your dog. The line between healthy grooming and diva-level pampering gets crossed when it becomes more about us than them. When we project human vanity onto them, dressing them up for photos, spraying too much perfume, or stressing them out with frequent salon trips, we're satisfying our own idea of cute, not necessarily their comfort. A balanced routine focuses on function and connection, brushing at home while talking softly, rewarding calm behavior, and keeping sessions short. The goal is not to turn them into fashion icons, but to make them feel good in their own fur. Because the happiest dogs aren't the most glamorous. They're the ones who feel safe, relaxed, and adored exactly as they are. 6. They demand attention like a tiny, fluffy celebrity. Picture this. You're trying to watch a show, read, or answer a message. And suddenly, a wet nose appears under your hand. You ignore it, and a paw lands on your arm. You keep typing, and now there's a head pressed against your chest, eyes locking with yours as if to say, "Excuse me, I'm the main character here." Attention-seeking is one of the cutest and most manipulative signs of a spoiled dog. They've learned that any sound, touch, or movement directed at them equals victory. Whether it's a laugh, a sigh, or even a no, it's still attention. And to them, that's the ultimate reward. This behavior often starts innocently. We love giving affection, and dogs love receiving it. A perfect feedback loop. But when they start interrupting everything, from your phone calls to your sleep, it can turn into a subtle form of control. Teaching independence here isn't about withholding love. It's about balance. Give attention on your terms. Call them reward calm moments. and ignore pushy nudges. When they learn that patience earns affection, they become calmer and more confident. A spoiled dog says, "Love me now." A happy, secure dog says, "I know you'll love me whenever you can." 5. They expect a bedtime routine more elaborate than yours every night. You grab your blanket, fluff your pillow, and then your dog hops into bed and claims the prime spot. Maybe you read them a good night, give belly rubs until they sigh contentedly and whisper, "Sweet dreams, baby." You might even wait until they fall asleep before moving. Sound familiar? Then congratulations, you're officially living with a four-legged royalty. Bedtime cuddles can be one of the most heartwarming parts of sharing life with a dog. The warmth, the trust, the rhythmic sound of their breathing, it's therapy in fur. But when your dog begins to dictate when you can move or gets upset if you don't follow the usual bedtime routine, that's when comfort turns into control. Dogs thrive on predictability, but they also benefit from flexibility. Try mixing it up. Some nights let them sleep beside you, others on their own comfy bed nearby. This teaches them that love doesn't depend on proximity. They'll still rest peacefully knowing that no matter where they sleep, they're safe and adored. A spoiled dog can't sleep without you. A secure dog sleeps well because they know you'll be there when they wake up. 4. Every guest who visits must greet them first. If you've ever opened the door to a friend and your dog charged ahead as if hosting their own party, you're not alone. Spoiled dogs have mastered the art of guest management. They demand pets, belly rubs, and full emotional investment before your guest even crosses the threshold. And we, their loyal humans, often enable it. We laugh, we apologize, sorry, he thinks everyone's here for him, and we secretly love the attention they get. But here's the truth. What feels like sociability can sometimes mask overstimulation or lack of boundaries. When dogs think every visitor is theirs, they can start ignoring your cues, jumping, barking, or even getting possessive when affection is directed elsewhere. The key isn't to punish the greeting, it's to structure it. Teach your dog to wait calmly before approaching guests. Reward eye contact and patience. Once they're calm, let them say hello, this time as a polite, confident host, not a fuzzy tornado. You'll notice something magical. Guests enjoy them more, your dog feels safer, and your home energy shifts from chaos to harmony. A spoiled dog steals the spotlight, a balanced dog learns how to share it. 3. They throw silent tantrums when they don't get their way. Dogs might not stomp their feet or roll their eyes, but make no mistake, they can pout with Oscar-worthy intensity. You've seen it, the dramatic sigh, the turned back, the slow glance that screams betrayal because you didn't give them that extra treat or skipped the park today. And what do? We laugh, we melt, we apologize. Okay, fine, just one more biscuit. And just like that, they win. Again. This behavior is adorable but incredibly reinforcing. Every time we give in, we teach them that sulking equals results. They're not manipulating out of malice. They've just learned what works. Dogs are natural observers of patterns, and if disappointment leads to treats or attention, they'll repeat it. To change it, don't scold, just stay neutral. Redirect with a calm command or playful distraction, and reward when they shift out of the sulk. You'll be surprised how quickly they adapt when the sad eyes stop working. A spoiled dog says, "You disappointed me." A wise dog learns, sometimes love means waiting. If you're still here, you probably recognize a few of these spoiled moments. So make sure you subscribe for more heartwarming dog stories every week. 2. They get anxious the moment you show signs of leaving. You grab your keys and instantly, the drama begins. Ears perk up, eyes widen. A tiny whine echoes through the room. Maybe they follow you from door to door, tail low, pacing like the world is ending. And if you actually leave, you return to find a shoe chewed, a pillow exploded, or a heartbreaking face pressed against the window. This is one of the most emotional signs of being spoiled, because it's rooted in pure love. They don't just want your attention. They need your presence. To them, you're the heartbeat that defines home. But love shouldn't come with panic. Dogs who struggle with separation often live in a constant state of worry. The fix isn't to spend less time with them. It's to teach them that alone time is safe. Start small. Pick up your keys without leaving. Step outside for a minute, then return calmly. Ignore the panic, reward the calm. Over time, you'll rewire that fear into trust. When you can leave the house without heartbreak and then return to a wagging tail instead of a trembling one, you'll know your dog has learned one of the hardest lessons of love. That love doesn't vanish when someone walks out the door. 1. You say no, and they still get what they want. This is the ultimate test of who's really in charge. You say no more treats, but 5 minutes later, they're sitting beside the cabinet with their best sad eyes. And somehow, they win. You tell them to stay off the bed, but after a long day, there they are again, curled in your spot like it was pre-approved. Every time it happens, you smile and think, it's fine, they're too cute to resist. And you're right, they are. But here's the quiet truth. Dogs need consistency more than indulgence. Every no that turns into a yes makes your words less meaningful, and that can lead to confusion, frustration, or even stress for them. Boundaries aren't the opposite of love. They're a form of it. They create safety, predictability, and emotional balance. When your dog knows what to expect, they relax. They don't need to test you anymore, because they trust you. So next time they give you the look, smile, kiss their head, and lovingly stick to your no. It's not coldness, it's leadership. Because a truly loved dog doesn't need to win every time. They just need to know they're safe no matter what happens. At the end of the day, being spoiled isn't really about toys, furniture, or bedtime rituals. It's about connection. It's about how much space they take up, not just on your couch, but in your heart. If your dog shows every one of these 11 signs, don't feel guilty. It means they've found something most creatures never do: unconditional love, safety, and belonging. Yes, set boundaries. Yes, teach respect, but don't ever apologize for loving them too much. Because for them, you're not just a provider. You're their whole world, their family, their home, their story. And if that's what being spoiled means, maybe it's the best thing that could ever happen.